near my wife who is trying to sleep, so I will keep it respectfully loud no matter how exciting it gets. Tonight we have a lovely Nintendo Switch Nintendo Direct, specifically the first Switch. No Switch 2 stuff coming up. And actually, with that, I want to get a little bit of housekeeping aside. On April 2nd, there will be a Nintendo Direct covering specifically the Switch 2. Matt and I are planning to record that, so keep an eye out on Matt's channel or second channel. I'm not sure where that'll be, one of those two channels. Keep an eye out for that. That'll be going up there probably as soon as he can get it up. For tonight, he was busy, so I will be handling this one alone. Um, Immediately following the Switch 2 Nintendo Direct that'll be going up on Matt's channel, I will be recording a deep dive that goes a little, well, deeper into the Switch 2 Nintendo Direct. Expect a lot of pausing and single frame advancing uh, in that video. Matt sadly doesn't have the time to make that one work. He's got a lot going on these days, but I love doing that sort of stuff. So you bet your ass I'm gonna do it. One last little bit of housekeeping. I don't upload a lot anymore to this YouTube channel. That is the way it is. My streaming life is kind of behind me, but I still do really like doing Nintendo Directs and these sorts of live events. If you pay attention to Matt's channels, you will have noticed I've definitely guested in quite a few over there, whether it's Sony's State of Plays or Nintendo Directs, what have you. Definitely still trying to keep that going. But one fun thing I am doing these days that I don't think has come up on this channel at all is I have been writing a small blog website. You can find it at risingsuper.blog. That is risingsuper.blog. And on there, I try to write at least one little thing every month. Wouldn't exactly call them game reviews, but sort of articles about a game that I have been playing. So I just put up an article about Castlevania Portrait of Ruin. Next month, I think I will have Order of Ecclesia up, and I put up some good ones about titles like Siren for the PS2 as well. So if that sort of long form writing, well, maybe not that long form, 3,000 word stories, not that long. If that sort of written opinion piece stuff interests you, please give it a look. I think there's some decent stuff on there. The Siren article is probably my favorite one if you want to read what I think is pretty peak on there. I don't know. I'm still learning how to write well. It's never been like a huge forte of mine writing those sorts of things, so learning process, right? Tonight though, we have a Nintendo Switch 1 focused Nintendo Direct. For anyone who hasn't kept up with the announcement for this, Nintendo is very, very clear. There will be no Switch 2. It's just going to be first Switch announcements, which is very cool. I'm very happy that they're not dropping the Switch like a rock the moment the Switch 2 comes out. I mean, I suppose we will have to wait and see exactly how that shakes out. Personally, I don't think they will, and I think tonight we'll see a bunch of lovely announcements for the first Switch. There are like 6 or 7 known sort of leaked Nintendo titles in the works for the first Switch that we've known about for, I guess, a varying amount of time. I'm curious to see if any of those will appear tonight. I'm not going to list them before the Direct because some of you guys may not have heard of them, and it might be neat to see them announced for the first time. But hopefully, I'll remember after the Direct to talk about those 6 or 7 games. There's some good ones in there. I'm definitely, especially hoping for one of them. God, I want to allude to what it is, but I shouldn't allude to it. It's not like a hot leak that I have personally. These are leaks found all over the internet from pretty good sources. So I do trust that they will come true in some way, shape, or form. Let's see. The Direct starts in less than 2 minutes. We still recording? Looks like we're still recording. I'm a little paranoid on this setup here. So I'm for anyone who's not aware, I've been living in Tokyo for the past 2 years or so, and my computer setup is Mixed. It's a stronger computer than the one I have in Canada, but because of space limitations, I only have one monitor. I don't have an audio interface. I know if anyone's watched me and Matt's playthroughs of stuff like Silent Hill, my mic can often get jostled by the barest movement. I've tried some preventative measures tonight to improve that, so we'll see how it goes. But not usually when I record these in Montreal, I have a second monitor and I can see my, my OBS, my recording setup. But only having one monitor here, it's just a huge trust fall. Is my computer gonna catch me? I fucking hope so, because it would be a huge bummer to lose this footage. Should be starting in 1 minute, and then we can get right to it. What am I personally hoping for? As usual, F-Zero GX, baby. I mean, F-Zero in general would be nice. I'll always be down for an F-Zero title. We're so late in the Switch, I'm not expecting anything huge. I do think Metroid Prime 4 and Pokemon are kind of the last big ones. There is one big rumored title for tonight. Maybe not for tonight, but that Nintendo's working on a remake of an older game. So I think there's a chance that, alongside Metroid and Pokemon, those are maybe the last big ones for now, but we'll see. Either way, I guess where I'm going with this is I'm not expecting them to announce, a big Mario or a Zelda or an ARMS 2. Wouldn't that be lovely? Here we go. Another thing, I don't have an audio interface tonight, so hopefully the audio levels will be okay. I'm going to try to fix them in post. We'll see. So I'm guessing we're opening with Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD. Of course, Dragon Quest 3 HD just came out. I have not have the pleasure of playing it, but they announced this one. They announced 1 and 2 HD before 3 came out even. So, yeah, there we go. I assume they're going to be bundled together. I don't know. I finished the first game. I played the second game. Never touched 3. Many of them I've never touched. But the first game is not a terribly long RPG. Owing to the era it came out in. Obviously, it's going to get gussied up a bunch, but I assume they're going to bundle the two together and elaborate on some stuff to make it feel like a good value proposition for people. But most of this footage, if I'm not mistaken, is Dragon Quest 2. Anyway, we'll see. Supposedly the staff has talked about how it's fine to play the 3 remake and then 1 and then 2. I think it really doesn't matter that much, honestly. I know I've seen some people be like, oh, I should wait to play 1 before, but
hello, everyone.
There's not.
I'm Shinya Takahashi,
the story trappings are
and I'll be your
pretty
guide
light for the
for
first
today's
Dragon Quest,
Nintendo
honestly. So,
today,
okay.
We'll be providing information on upcoming Nintendo Switch games.
That was 2025, by the way, so coming soon. Of course, the third one came out only a few months ago.
So please tune in for that as well.
Very excited for that Switch 2 Direct.
What you just saw was
I entered
Dragon
the
Quest 1
sweepstakes
and 2
to go
2D
to
remake
the
from Square
Tokyo
Enix.
Switch 2 hands-on event, and
Another
sadly
character appeared
did
at the
not
end.
win.
What kind of
I
adventure
received
awaits?
my refusal
hope you're
email
excited
just the
for
other
more
day,
information
informing me that
in the
no,
future.
you cannot come. Please don't show up at the
Okay,
door.
let's see the first batch of headlines.
Let's see them.
Escape from dire straits.
God, this looks like a Zero Escape.
2 minutes until oxygen
I know I'm just
zero.
saying that because the word escape came up, but like, it fucking looks like a 3DS game that's been gussied up.
Help me. Please help me.
Oh wow! No sleep for Kaname Date?
The latest
What is
entry
this
in
game?
the I, the Somnium
Interesting.
Files series is
Not
stirring.
I, the Somnium
You
Files
are
3.
Kaname Date, a special
Also,
agent
wow,
with a
they called it I, the
sophisticated
Somnium
AI
Files.
called
I
Aiba
always thought it was
embedded in
AI,
his
the
left
Somnium
eye.
Files, so I've been
Your mission
blown the
is
fuck
to
out.
track down Iris an internet idol who has been trapped in a
That's
mysterious
such a good
escape
title, No Sleep for Kaname Date.
game. Conduct interviews to investigate Iris's whereabouts.
I really ought
Subject's
to
dreams
get more
reveal
into these
clues
games.
hidden deep within their psyche.
My wife finished the first one recently, and
And
she
solve
really liked
mind-bending
it.
puzzles in an explorable environment.
I'm like partway through the first one.
Everything you learn
I have them
bring you
both,
one
but
step closer to the truth. Uncover what's hidden in reality
Oh,
and
this looks cool.
dreams to rescue
but I mean, this sort of
Iris.
stuff's always been my jam. All the
No
weirder
Sleep
that I
for
haven't played it.
Kaname Date from
July
the Somnium
25th.
Files launches on the Nintendo Switch system
Very
July
cool.
25th. Unleash
Let's
the
go.
supernatural.
Oh, really nice. Just the first one, I assume. I love these games. These games I have played quite a bit, especially the second one. They are fucking awesome. I will never get over Kaneko's art direction
A classic
for these
Atlas
games.
action RPG returns.
Well, he did the
with
characters, right? I'm not
remastered
sure if
HD
he did
graphics
the.
and enhanced
But yeah,
gameplay.
just soulless. Okay, so just the first game.
Set in the capital city in the year
Yeah,
Taisho 20.
Kaneko did the character
Raido
designs. I
Kuzunoha
guess he probably
makes his
didn't do
living
the,
as an
the
apprentice
world
detective.
light man.
But unbeknownst
The
to others,
vibes in
he
this
also
game
fights
and the
alongside
sequel are
demons as a
immaculate.
devil summoner.
So
To protect the capital,
I'm
Raido
excited
must
for this.
investigate a series of supernatural
I
cases.
will buy this at a
Fight
high
in
price.
real-time battles
It's a shame
alongside
that
demons you
the
summon.
Nocturne port was like.
Work with your demons to strike an enemy's weak
Please,
point.
please correct
then
me on this in
follow
the
up with a
comments because
powerful
I have
attack.
not played it. I've only
Cooperation is
watched
the key
stuff
to
about it.
victory.
It's a shame the
You can
Nocturne
even turn
port seemed a
opposing
little
demons
jank,
into
so I hope that
allies.
this one comes out in slightly better
Demons
shape.
can also be useful outside of battle. And their powers are helpful in finding solutions
still
during
looks so pretty.
investigations. Guide Raido through a series of strange incidents
I assume you're the bird who gave us a call?
as he uncovers a conspiracy that will shake the capital to its core. Raido Remastered, the mystery of the
Raido
Soulless
Remastered.
Army,
I like
launches
that.
on
I like how
Nintendo
they
Switch
named
June
it there.
19.
How will
Pre-orders
they
begin
name
later
the second one?
today
Raido
on
2
Nintendo
Remastered?
eShop.
Raido Remastered 2? I don't know. Cool though.
Consume darkness.
Consume Darkness. What are we looking at here? Oh, this is
With your
Pac-Man.
memories
This is
gone,
Pac-Man.
You have been summoned to a strange, unfamiliar world.
Right.
Where you're greeted by a yellow orb known as Puck.
This was the
But who is
what was
the
that Amazon
spherical
series it
stranger?
called again?
More
Secret
than a
Level?
mysterious,
Amazon
maze-like
did
world.
that series that was
Your
a bunch
battle
of
for
short
survival begins.
CG films
As Puck guides you on
for
your
various
journey,
video
you'll
game
delve deeper
IPs.
into the
And the
expansive
Pac-Man one
world.
was this nifty little
By
fucked up
examining your
dark one.
surroundings,
And then
you can
this
face
game
shift
got
and
announced,
combine with
I think at the
Puck to
Game
explore
Awards
areas
or
you
at Summer
couldn't
Game
reach
Fest.
before.
This game still looks
But
cute.
tread lightly.
I hope
the creatures
I
inhabiting
hope it
this
reviews
world
well.
will prove hostile. When facing imposing enemies,
Like, I'd be
you
very
and Puck
happy if
can
this
temporarily
ended
fuse
up
into the
being like a
Gaia
really
form
high quality
to
game
unleash
because I think it
powerful
looks interesting.
attacks.
It certainly doesn't look bad on its face
By
though. So.
consuming your prey,
Oh, that's
you'll
cool,
collect
the grab and
resources
eat.
that can then be used to enhance your abilities. Work to uncover Puck's true goal
I love me a Metroidvania though, you know.
and
So
devour enemies to survive this cruel world.
I'm extremely down.
Experience a dark twist on the iconic Pac-Man when Shadow Labyrinth launches on Nintendo Switch July
that's like
18th.
right next to Raido. Oh no, Raido's June. Kaname Date was July, right?
The
Whoa!
March
What the
begins.
fuck? What the fuck? I was just thinking to myself the other day, it'd be awesome if they did this, but they will never do this. Oh, so no Patapon 3, just 1 and 2. Okay.
Give different commands to the
1 and 2 are
Patapon
great.
army.
Anyone
example,
who's not played these,
Pata,
you can
Patapon
ostensibly skip
advances
to
them
2 if you
forward.
want to save time. But
Pawn,
1's
pawn,
fun as well.
Patapon has them
2
attack.
has like more or less everything in 1 plus more.
And if you string together
These
combos
games
with
kick
good
ass.
timing, the Patapons enter
Oh, it's a
fever
shame
mode
about
and
no
get a big
Patapon
boost
3.
in
Patapon
power.
3 is quite different. And it has a huge multiplayer component as well, which would be a lot of work. But
Build up your
Patapon
battalion
3
to
is
take
really
on
good.
hordes of
Underrated,
fierce
I would say.
foes.
God.
Plus, new features have been added, so you can advance to the beat of your own drum.
Oh, cool. Man, it looks so sharp.
Lead
It looks
the
really good.
Patapons and march forth. When
So
Patapon
who's doing
1
this
plus
port?
2 replay launches
Developed
on
by
Nintendo
Bandai.
Switch,
Man,
July
developed by
11th.
Bandai, just like Freedom Wars. So it's like Bandai, like, was able to get at a bunch of Sony
Welcome
stuff.
to Zephyr Town, a cozy
Interesting.
place
I'll need to look
nestled
at
in a
that fine print
windswept
after.
valley. This is where your new life begins.
Is this Fantasy Life? Oh no, Story of Seasons. Okay. So for anyone who still hasn't got the memo,
First cropping up
Story
on
of
the Nintendo
Seasons
DS system,
is the real
this immersive
Harvest
farming and
Moon
life sim
series.
has no shortage of activities to get up to.
A lot of legal shenanigans, and
10-tier
basically
farm
Story
while
of
growing
Seasons
crops
is the
and
true
caring for
successor
animals.
to Harvest Moon. And the series that is
Then
currently
sell your
called
produce
Harvest
and other
Moon
wares at the town's
is
weekly
made by
bazaar.
other people, but they own the name
As
Harvest
bazaar
Moon.
sales
So,
grow, you'll help the once
Anyway.
famous market regain its
not
former
bitter.
splendor.
It's just fucking weird, and I find
You
it
can
kind of
also
icky
get to know the
that
locals
I'd like to spend more time
Natsume
with
was
you.
it has
and
just
maybe nurture a relationship
hung on to the
if you
Harvest Moon
find
name.
that special someone.
And Marvelous has had to
Plus,
kind of
taking advantage
build
of
Story
Zephyr
of
Town's
Seasons
windy
back up
conditions
from zero,
can make travel
even
and
though
other
it's
tasks a
fundamentally
breeze.
action Harvest Moon. I have heard that the faux
The
Harvest
winds of
Moon
change
games
are
have been
coming,
getting better,
and your new
but
life on the farm
there's
begins
something
when
about it that I find icky, so I
Story
don't
of
give a
Seasons
shit about
Grand
it, honestly.
Bazaar launches on the Nintendo Switch system August 27th.
I'm so interested about what else Namco could have got from Sony. We're gonna
Please
get
look forward
we're gonna
to
get
the latest entry
we're gonna
in
get
the Story
Bloodborne
of
announced
Seasons
next.
series.
10th anniversary Bloodborne port to Switch.
Next, please take a look at this.
Yes, will do. Looks like it could be Metroid Prime 4. Looks like it could be... Yeah, okay. It is Metroid Prime 4. Very pretty. Still looks great. Anyone who hasn't played the Metroid Prime remake on the Switch, that is a brilliantly pretty game. So, Samus now warps into areas, I see. I saw a lot of people wondering if Metroid Prime 4 would be
This
here tonight,
is the unknown
or if
planet
they would
Euros.
save it for the Switch 2
Here,
Direct.
Samus finds a floated jungle with a
I have a lot of
colossal tree
thoughts
at
on
its
this
center.
topic, but I'm not even 100% confident there necessarily will be a Metroid
In
Prime
order to
4
survive
Switch 2
and
version
escape
right
this
out of the
planet
gates.
that she was
Or, like, at
unexpectedly
all.
transported to.
Like, the game already
Samus must scan
looks
stone figures
brilliant
and
and
other
probably
relics
runs just
to
fine,
carve a
judging
path
by
forward.
the Prime remake. So, in my mind, Nintendo's going to rely more on the fact that, you know, like PS4 to PS5,
She's not
Xbox
alone,
One to
though.
Series,
Abhorrent,
that you can just
alien
support the newer
creatures
hardware,
living in the
knock
jungle
up the frame
are
rate, knock
waiting
up
to
the
strike.
resolution for the when you're playing it on a more powerful device. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe they will do a Switch 2 native version. But man, it looks real good. I'm not the biggest Metroid Prime fan in the world. I mean, unless it's Hunters, but if it's Hunters, call me up. I'll play
As she
anytime.
explores the
But
planet, Samus is granted mysterious and ancient powers.
boy, I'm looking forward to this. I had a
Psychic
like
abilities.
7-year pre-order on Amazon Canada.
These powers
Back
allow
from when it was
Samus
like
to
first
operate
announced, and it got
mechanisms
canceled at some point. I was really bummed about
and
that.
to open doors. They also allow her to control the trajectory of her beams with the power
Oh, cool.
of her mind.
That's a fun ability.
But why were these powers bestowed upon Samus?
I like her hand movements when she does these, like her gestures. They're cool. Why would Silex do this to Samus though? Why would he give her psychic powers?
And what will be her fate
Good grief,
after
this
being
game looks
summoned
pretty.
to Vuros? The threads intertwining beyond space and time are
The
beginning to
things you
weave
can do with
a new tale.
tablet hardware from 2014, eh? When you build for one machine and optimize hard for one machine. Fucking incredible. Coming 2025. I don't recall if that was confirmed before. I think it might have been, actually, now that I think about We getting multiplayer? We getting deathmatch mode? Or no, maybe this is just a different suit. The Beyond suit. The Chili's, sponsored by
Looks like
Chili's
even
suit.
more challenges await Samus. We hope you're looking forward to exploring with Samus's new psychic abilities.
Bet your ass I am.
Okay, let's move on to some more headlines.
Ready to stir up some mischief?
I'm trying to read what it says on the paper
Once
there, but I
upon a
couldn't quite.
time, there was a drab coffee shop that transformed
Yeah, I'm not
into
sure.
a
I'm not
magical
familiar with this
potion
game.
cafe.
Ah,
As
well,
the newest potionista of the Cursed Cafe,
I'm good.
you'll craft concoctions for Disney villains.
I'm
and get to
really.
know them in a
Oof,
new light.
yeah, no, I'm
Mix
really okay
ingredients
on
to
this
brew all
one.
sorts of strange elixirs. Then serve
Thanks,
them
Disney,
to your
but no
villainous
thanks.
visitors,
Not-
including Ursula and Gaston.
feeling it.
With help from Yzma, you can upgrade your ingredients to
Oh,
produce
Yzma's your
some
ally, that's
wildly
cute, but-
wicked creations. The potions you make can
I like
influence each
Yzma being
customer's
cast as your ally,
storylines,
that's cute.
leading to
I'll give him
different
that.
outcomes every time you play. Who knows what
Not really into these
mischief
sorts of
might
like
happen.
manage a business
Disney
games
Villains
for the most
Cursed
part.
Cafe
So
launches on Nintendo Switch later today.
very cool for some people, but
Summon a spellbinding adventure.
oh, is this the new game by the? Oh no, this is by someone else. I was gonna say this is the new game by the guy who did.
Welcome to Witchbrook College, where
what's the fucking
students strive
Indie
to
Harvest Moon
master the
game?
magical arts.
Can't remember the
During
name.
class, use magic circles to perform rituals.
It'll
fly
come
on
back to me.
brooms,
Stardew
and
Valley,
learn
but no, it's
advanced
not. It's a
techniques to go
different,
from witch in
different
training to
development team. I
skilled
think I have heard of this.
spellcaster. There's also plenty to do outside of class. Hang out with friends
Art's
at their
really
homes.
pretty in this game. I actually do think the art looks great.
Take on various jobs to help pay for
Not
tuition.
sure it is quite my type
Or
of
use
thing
the
these
spells
days.
you've learned to craft and sell original items.
I like that crafting
Plus,
system there
up
with
to
the grid.
4 players can make magic together in online co-op.
Oh, that's cool.
Explore this whimsical world on the road to graduation and beyond. Are you ready for a spellbinding journey? Enrollment begins when Witchbrook flies onto Nintendo Switch this holiday.
Neat. Bloodborne?
Action, adventure, and arcade games await.
That sounds like Bloodborne.
Set off on a fantastical mission to eliminate a mysterious deity. In this hand-drawn platforming adventure, you'll explore an expansive archipelago where nightmares
This looks
and
really
wonder
pretty.
collide.
I do not know
Upgrade
what
your
this is,
trusty
but this looks
cane
very
with
pretty.
magical parts. Then use its abilities to find your own path through the enchanting world. Can you uncover the secrets the archipelago holds?
Is this an
Find
original
out
game? Is this
when the
based on
Eternal
something?
Life of Goldman launches on Nintendo Switch this holiday. Celebrate the 40th
Gradius
anniversary
collection.
of Gradius with a collection of arcade shoot-'em-up games from across the series. Titles include Gradius, Salamander, Life Force,
Life Force
Gradius 2,
whips. That game kicks ass.
Gradius 3,
I'm not much of a
and
Gradius guy,
Salamander
but
2.
man.
Some titles come with multiple versions, including
I went
ones
over to
from
Billy's
different
place and we
regions
played
and
Life
launch
Force on the
years.
NES for like
Plus, take the helm in a
4 or 5
brand new
hours,
entry,
and he
Salamander
whoa
3.
whoa Salamander 3. Okay, hang on, we got a real
Gradius
we got a
Origins
real
launches on
fucking
the
game
Nintendo
here.
Switch system
This
August
is just
7th.
like the Castlevania
Pre-orders
collection
begin
having
later
the Haunted
today
Mansion
on
remake,
Nintendo eShop.
Haunted Castle remake.
Battle
Yeah,
to
me
the
and Billy
beat
played
in
for like
Rift of the
4 to 6
Necrodancer.
hours,
Press the
and he
corresponding
absolutely
buttons in
proved
each
to me
lane
that
to
Salamander
fight
slash
monsters
Life
in
Force
rhythm-based
ridiculously
combat.
kicks ass.
Keep the cadence
I'm quite
going
looking
with
forward to this.
epic boss
Crypt of the
battles,
Necrodancer
quirky
was
minigames,
honestly too
remixed
hard for
stages,
me.
and
Like it's so
global
fucking
leaderboards.
difficult.
Plus,
I just
more
kept getting
musical mayhem
a little
awaits
frustrated
in the
with it.
Celeste Music Pack paid DLC.
But I think
And
this game looks really
be on
neat.
the lookout for more DLC in the future. Rift of the Necrodancer launches on Nintendo Switch later today.
Oh fuck my wallet.
Let's see what's
I
in
wonder
store.
who it could be. Love these fuckers.
Welcome to Tamagotchi Plaza, a brand new entry in the
Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi Connection series.
And he keeps saying Gochi.
There are stores galore. Design glasses at the eyewear shop.
Tamagotchi character designs are just
Polished
fucking
pearly whites
unbelievable. They're
solo
so
or
good.
with a friend at the dentist. And arrange plates at the afternoon tea shop.
Just like whoever was doing the character
12
designs
wonderful stores
at
need your
Bandai
help.
was on some absolute shit when they made
Provide good customer service to
Tamagotchi.
get high ratings and upgrade each shop. In doing
Whenever
so,
I see them
you'll
in
get to meet
public
more
and
Tamagotchi,
here in Japan, which
making
is
the
more
town
often than you might
livelier
think,
than before.
I always stop and just
With
like
over
admire
100 new and
the
classic
incredible
Tamagotchi,
design work, honestly.
Business is sure to be booming.
Mamechi is my favorite,
Get
by the way.
ready to
That's the
set
one
up
on the
shop
right there with the
when
green
Tamagotchi Plaza
one.
launches on Nintendo Switch.
God,
June
he better be
27th.
called Mamechi, or I'm going to be called a Tamagotchi fraud for the rest of my life. But yeah, Pokemon. I just finished Legends Arceus the other day, actually, like within the last month. Quite enjoyed that. I had played it a lot when it came out, but I never got around to finishing it. So I'm really looking forward to this, and I really liked the trailer they showed
Legends
recently.
ZA, a new title
I think
in
it
the
looks good,
Pokemon
and
series.
you know, I'm not the type of person to be too
You'll
bothered
begin
by
your adventure by
graphics
choosing
being
one of
a
3
little
partner
technically
Pokemon.
deficient. So I get it though; it's not the prettiest looking
The
game.
setting is this metropolis that also appeared in the Pokemon X and Pokemon
Doesn't
Y games. Lumio
you know,
City.
having Metroid Prime 4 next to it is not
To
the
make
most
it easier
flattering
for people
look,
and
but
Pokemon to coexist, a company
nonetheless, I
named
think
Quasartico
Arceus had
Inc.
so
is
many
carrying
interesting
out an
ideas
urban
going on.
redevelopment plan.
I'm super interested in
Here, we'll get a glimpse
sequel to
into the
that.
lives of the Pokemon and people of
And for
Lumio
what it's
City.
worth, graphically, it is a big step up from Arceus. And I would argue even Scarlet Violet, honestly.
Scattered all over town are wild zones. These areas are special environments where wild Pokemon can live comfortably, even within the city. You can catch Pokemon here,
I want them to be like, you can just pick up Pokemon with your bare hands. You can just
but
bring
they
them
might be
home and then they're
hostile.
yours.
If you sense trouble, get to safety.
Just grabbing an
There are
Ampharos by the
Pokemon
neck
that
and
live
dragging it down
outside wild
the
zones, too.
boulevard. My Pokemon.
Some of
now.
them can even be found on rooftops.
So I saw people talking
People
about the
and
Oh,
Pokemon
Steelix.
live
Steelix is
easygoing
my
lives
favorite
in Lumio
Pokemon. I saw
City.
people talking about how there's those teleporters to
But
bring you up, and like
when night
some people
falls,
didn't like that. Like where the
city's
ladders
aura
at? Why are they doing this? Is this
transforms.
tech limitation?
Highly
But there's a
skilled
bunch of
trainers are
screenshots with
invited to
ladders in them,
participate in
so
a tournament.
there's probably also ladders.
The ZA Royale.
Yeah, so they alluded to this at the end of the
Trainers
last trailer.
await in battle zones.
Oh, neat. Okay. I like this. There's a whole
If
fucking
you're spotted,
nightlife.
they'll challenge you to battle.
Oh, and actually getting spotted again. That's something that's been gone from the Pokemon games recently.
Strike
Arceus
before being seen,
didn't
and
have
you'll land a
trainer
surprise attack.
battles, like boss
During
trainers
battles,
only,
using
basically.
a super effective move at the right
And
moment
Scarlet
is key.
Violet, I think all of the normal trainers, you had to talk to them, right? They couldn't catch you or
And
anything.
with Mega Evolution, some Pokemon can power up even more.
I never cared for Mega Evolution, but whatever.
You'll start at rank Z and work your way up to rank A.
Oh, Z to A. That's cute. Clever.
Trainers who reach the top are said to have a wish granted. Day and night are two sides
I wonder
to
if we're gonna
Lumio
get
City.
a
It
launch
seems
date.
there are even more secrets waiting to be uncovered.
I wonder if it's a real day-night
what
cycle,
will you
or
find
if it's
on
like
your adventure?
something stops
Pokemon
everything
Legends
and then
ZA
just advances
launches
it,
on
like just
Nintendo Switch
mashes it
later
forward.
this year.
Late 2025. Okay, so still no date. That's
In
fine.
Lumio City, where the game is set, the aura transforms between day
We
and
have about
night. It
8
seems there
minutes
are
left
even
of
more
this Nintendo
secrets
Direct,
to
by the
uncover.
way.
Please be on the lookout for more information in the future.
Still enough time to announce.
Next, please take a look at this.
There's a bigger game that seems like there's a decent chance they'll announce today. We'll see.
Hello there.
Rhythm
The
Heaven.
game
Oh, it's a
you're
new
about
Rhythm
to
Heaven.
see.
Sick.
Doesn't have a big, epic story.
The A button confirm
But
sound
what it
effect
does have is
is
lots
Rhythm
of funny
Heaven.
little rhythm games.
Boop.
You wanna see?
Mm-hmm. Show me. Poor Rift of the Necrodancer. Well, I guess it got to
Just
launch
press the
today,
button
and
to
this
jump
game
through the
doesn't get to
ring.
launch today,
Boop.
presumably. Let's hear it. Rhythm Heaven kicks ass, so
It sounds easy,
it'd be easier with the
but the
music,
timing
though.
is super tricky.
Where's the music at?
Maybe you could try it in time
Yeah,
to a
there we
rhythm.
go. Art looks really sharp, though. Oh, that's so cute.
In this game, you might do almost anything, but you'll need to do it in rhythm.
So this is a new Rhythm Heaven minigame, by the way. The last Rhythm Heaven game, Rhythm Heaven Gold, was a collection of like popular Rhythm Heaven games. This is actually a new minigame. I wonder if it'll be all new ones. This one's new, although it looks like the seals. Actually, all these ones are new so
Get
far.
into the rhythm with a brand new entry in the Rhythm Heaven series.
The art seems a little more varied too, unless I'm remembering wrong.
Rhythm Heaven Groove.
Cute. 2036, a little ways away. Hey, we still got Nintendo Switch games
That
coming out in
was Rhythm
2026.
Heaven
So,
Groove, a
good
brand
sign
new
for Switch
entry
users.
in the Rhythm Heaven series. It
See, games like
includes
this where it's
lots of
like
music
there's no
produced by
need
renowned
for it to be
Japanese
exclusive to
musician
Switch
Suzuki.
2. You know what I mean? This can be on the first Switch,
kinds of rhythms
and it'll
do you
be
think you'll hear?
perfect. It'll be just as good on
We
Switch
hope you're
2.
looking forward to it.
I hope Nintendo does a lot of that. You know, stuff like this,
Next,
WarioWare.
we have news about the use of digital games on your system.
About the use of digital games in their
Please
system.
take a look.
Good news, I hope. You're not gonna break bad news like this at a Nintendo Direct, are you?
With game cards, you can put a game featuring Mario in this Nintendo Switch system, and a Legend of Zelda game in this one.
Yeah.
Freely inserting the games you have on hand into any system you want.
Yes.
But what if digital games could be as flexible and convenient as game cards?
Really?
Well, here's what we came up with.
Really?
Introducing the virtual game card. In the future, virtual game cards can be used for digital games.
So you can lend them? Yeah, show me
purchasing
this.
the
Show me
digital
this.
version
Can
of
you
the game,
loan your
It will
friend?
be loaded onto your system as a virtual game card,
It's cute the way it's displayed,
allowing
by
you
the
to
way.
play that title.
Oh yeah, I see it had a game card icon in the
Your
top corner
digital
even.
games will be lined
Virtual
up as
game
virtual
cards.
game cards on a dedicated management screen.
Oh, cool. That's nice to have it
Here,
all
you
right
can
there
load
on a
and
management screen
eject
like
your
that.
virtual game
That's
cards
actually cool.
And manage which games you can play on your system. If you have two Nintendo Switch systems, you can eject a virtual game card from one and
So you
load it
only
onto
need
the
an
second.
internet connection during the load or eject.
Now you
Okay,
can
so
play
you can
this
play
game
it
on the second system,
whenever.
wherever, and whenever you want. Just as if you had inserted a physical game card.
Okay, well, so far this isn't really
With
very
virtual
different
game
from
cards,
just...
you can freely load and arrange which games you play on up to two systems.
Well, it is slightly different. Because
Local
on a
communication
system
with
that's
your
not
second
your
system
home
is
system,
required,
if you
but
haven't...
only the first time.
If you haven't, like, done an internet connection in a little while, it'll be like, hey, you
can
need to
also
connect to the
lend out
internet if you
virtual
want to
game
play this
cards
digital
to your
game again.
Nintendo account, family group
Okay, but
members.
this is the real shit
Connect
right
to your
here.
family group member system via local wireless when you want to lend a game.
Okay, it does have to be
Choose the title
local
you're lending.
wireless, so not online. But still, I
And
could
who
lend
you're lending
games
it
like,
to.
to my wife, who lives with me, in case you didn't know that.
And you're
Wow, that's
They
a
can now
fucking
play
good
on
feature.
their own system.
That's a
You can
really
only
good
lend
feature.
one game at a time to a particular
Only
person.
one at a time. Yeah, that's
Games can be lent
totally
out for
fair,
2 weeks,
honestly.
after which they
For 2
will
weeks.
automatically return to you.
Okay, well, whatever. I mean, you just send it back after, right?
Making
Save
digital
data
games
saved, so.
even easier to use. Virtual game card.
This is actually a kick-ass system. This is like super
The
pro-consumer.
virtual game card
That's a
feature
really good
lets you
system.
swap games between Nintendo Switch systems as well as to Nintendo Switch 2 systems. This feature is planned to be added via a system
Late
update
April? Okay.
in late April.
Soon.
Let's take a look at more Nintendo Switch games.
Yes, let's. We have 3 minutes left. High on Life, huh? That hasn't been announced yet for Switch. Well, you know, it looks a little low res, but I mean, it looks like it's all there. Looks quite low res, but it looks like it's all there. I finished that recently on PS5. It was fine. Some really good jokes, and then 7 hours of the rest. Didn't look pretty. Oh, cool. Good gimmick. It's nice that it's all actually rendered on the back of that feature. Glow Media. This one I don't know. Familiar. Looks like a 4-player party platformer thing. Cool. This one too, I don't know. Fantasy Life I. Whoa, that performance is a little shaky. Now it looks fine. When it's not in the big action scenes, it looks totally fine, but.
Uncover history once more.
Yeah, so this is the remake game that I alluded to once.
An HD remaster
twice.
of Saga
No,
Frontier
sorry, this is
2
not. This is a
venturing
different
onto Nintendo
remake
Switch.
game. Apologies.
Meet Gustav, the royal
Consider
heir,
me blown the
and
fuck
Will
out.
the Explorer.
Saga
Two
also
heroes
kicks ass
whose
though.
fates and legacies will
Sorry, I saw a
intertwine
fantasy
across
sword and I was like, oh, this
in
is
this
the game.
epic RPG.
Cool that Square Enix is still doing all this Saga stuff, though, honestly. I mean,
Experience the
Kawazu, the
original
guy
story,
behind the series, is
along
like
with
still
brand new
there,
events that
and he's like
expand
a
the
real
vibrant
old
world
head
of
at
Sondale.
Square Enix, so he has a certain amount of sway. Boy,
Plus,
these upscaled
team up with
backgrounds,
more characters in battle.
not the best looking, but yeah.
And transfer stats to
The sprites
allies
at
through the
least look good.
parameter
Little
inheritance
sharper.
system.
Yeah, Kawazu
After
did
finishing the
Final
main
Fantasy
story,
II,
you can test
which
your mettle and might against
people
even
hate
more
because they're
powerful
wrong.
bosses.
Final Fantasy II kicks ass.
What histories will you uncover
and then
through the ages?
did the Saga series, and the
Saga
Saga
Frontier
series kicks
2
ass also.
Remastered.
Scarlet
launches
Grace,
on
which
Nintendo
you can buy
Switch
super cheap on
later
the Switch,
today.
well, on every system, is awesome. Highly recommended.
Monumental adventures await.
Is this going to be all three Monument Valleys?
Embark
Just
on
the one Monument
peaceful
Valley?
journeys
Oh,
across
no, one
the
and two.
series of
Okay.
beautiful
Because
puzzle games.
3, weirdly
Wander
enough, I
through
just
isometric
downloaded 3
worlds
today for the
filled
first
with
time.
stunning landscapes
Because
to
3
manipulate,
is I
optical
think,
illusions
still a
to
Netflix
discover,
exclusive
and
right now.
mystifying
So,
secrets to
I was going to be a
unfold.
little surprised if they had
In
3.
Monument Valley,
but-
lead the silent princess Ida
I haven't
in her
played
quest
3
for
yet.
forgiveness,
I've
while
played the first 2,
outsmarting the
and
enigmatic crow
I have
people.
heard people say that
A
they still
different
think the
journey
first
awaits
one is
in
the best
Monument
one.
Valley 2.
I've seen people say first
Guide
one's still
Ro in her
the
adventure
best,
through
most
motherhood
challenging
as
one.
she and her
Second one
child
has the best
unlock the
story.
secrets of the sacred
Unfortunately, I haven't
geometry.
heard so many flattering
Both
things about the
games
third one,
contain
but that's
all
why I
their
downloaded
additional
it.
chapters,
I want to try it.
add-ons,
So.
and DLC.
Very cool
The
games.
first 2 Monument
I
Valley
hope
games
they support
launch on
a
Nintendo Switch,
portrait
April
mode
15th.
on
Pre-orders
Switch.
begin later today
That'd
on
be cool.
Nintendo eShop.
Like portrait with the touchscreen would be nice.
And help Noor on her journey to restore
Oh.
the world's light
Well,
in Monument,
this is Monument
Valley
Valley
3.
Yeah, okay.
Setting sail on
So
Nintendo
this is coming
Switch
out separately and
this
later.
summer.
Okay, a couple months later then. All right. No longer Netflix exclusive. Whoa, is this? Wait. Is this the Vita Hot Shots
A brand
Golf?
new entry in the Everybody's Golf series is driving on
Or wait,
the
no.
Nintendo
Is it new?
Switch.
It looks a lot like the Vita one. It looks a lot like the Vita one.
Time your button press just
Did Namco
right
do this again?
And take your
Has
shot.
Namco also secured Everybody's Golf from
Perform
Sony?
backspins, side spins,
This looks a lot like
and
the
other
Vita.
special
So I
shots
kind of suspect that it's based on the
in
Vita
the
one.
single-player challenge mode.
If not, just straight
Compete
up the
in
Vita
tournaments
one.
and
Bear in
face
mind,
off
I don't
against a
like golf
range of
very much,
rivals
and
to
I have
become
not
the
played the Vita
ultimate
one very
golfer.
much, but it looks a lot like what I remember.
In Wacky Golf,
So yeah,
there are
again, is
shots
this going to be
get
published
pulled
by
into holes,
Namco Bandai? Because
or
that means they got
obstacles
Freedom Wars, they
might
got
fall.
Patapon, they got Everybody's
It's
Golf.
golf
It
that's
seems
not
like
quite par
they've
for
just
the
worked out
course.
something with Sony to like
Up to 4
use all
golfers
of
can
their
hit the fairway together
like
locally
Japan
or in online
brands that
play.
they don't seem to have any use for anymore since they shut
So
down
just
Japan Studio.
relax and get
I will
ready to
never
tee
get
off.
over that, by the way. I'll complain about
Everybody's
that every
Golf
day.
Hot Shots lands on Nintendo Switch this year.
Bandai Namco. Yeah, again.
Unite
Oh,
some
what
of
is
Marvel's
this?
greatest superheroes
New beat
in
'em
the
up, maybe?
fight against evil.
By
Pair up
whomst?
2 heroes from the roster
Dot
of
MU.
15, including the likes of the spectacular
But
Spider-Man
who's
and
making
the
this? Sorry,
ferocious
Dot MU 's the
Wolverine
publisher.
to take on the challenge. From close quarters combatants to aerial aces, you can mix and match a variety
Been a lot of licensed
heroes
beat 'em up
for an
games
amazing
lately.
array of possibilities.
Ninja
And
Turtles,
swap
Power
between your team of
Rangers.
2 at any time.
They all seem decent.
Take advantage of your team's strengths.
I played a
to
bit of Turtles.
overwhelm your foes.
I haven't touched Power Rangers
Plus,
yet.
up to 4
It's alright.
players can
I mean, it's very well
for
made,
local or
but-
online co-op play. The battle for the fate of the Marvel
Maybe I should try
Universe
playing it more
begins
often.
when Marvel Cosmic Invasion
Oh, by
launches on the
Tribute
Nintendo
as
Switch
Montreal
system
right
this
there.
holiday.
I like Tribute.
That was Marvel Cosmic Invasion, where you'll battle as a tag
So
team
it
of
is
different
11:33. This was a
Next
30-minute.
is our last game
Okay,
announcement.
here we are.
Please take a look.
Let's see if it's the one. Or is it going to be Kid Icarus Uprising? Because, boy, I could go for that. Animal Crossing? No. It looks a lot, but no. That character just farted. Oh, man! New game for the Psychos dropping. Oh, man, the Psycho's going to go wild for this.
How refreshing.
The art style looks great, though. Super good. Looks like a really elaborate game, too, compared to the previous ones. What's this one that we called? Tomodachi Island? Tomodachi. Still life.
Living a dream.
Cute. Yeah, I didn't... When I saw the beach, I was like, Animal Crossing? That doesn't seem right. Like, they would save that for the Switch, too. But no, it's a good one. 2026, another 2026 Switch title right there.
Did you want to talk?
Cute.
Aw,
Tomodachi Life has such good humor,
glad
honestly.
that was only a dream.
That was Tomodachi Life Living the Dream, the first new entry in the series in over 10 years. In the trailer, we saw new
Whoa,
characters
in
living on
over
an island out
10
at sea.
years? You can't say that
What
to me
kinds of
like that.
interactions do you think they'll have?
I don't feel like I'm that old. Wasn't there...
We hope you're looking forward
I was
to
just about to say, wasn't there one on the 3DS? And now I'm like, wait, the 3DS is, you
Thank
know,
you for watching
2011,
today's
right?
Nintendo
So
Direct so far.
3DS is like 14 years. So
Our
far?
final announcement is something a little different that's not a game. Here's Mr. Miyamoto to introduce it.
Okay, so they have another... So he said our final
Hello,
game
I'm
before,
Shigeru Miyamoto.
so this checks out.
Thank you for watching today's
No,
Nintendo
Alarmo
Direct.
2? Alarmo 2?
Since 2011, Nintendo Direct has delivered Nintendo news directly to you.
You bringing back Nintendo
And now,
Power?
these presentations have grown into an event that many people watch.
You gonna put them in movie theaters?
Thank you all very much. We'll continue to broadcast Nintendo Direct presentations, but we're also launching a new channel based on the concept of delivering information to you directly. This is a smart device app called Nintendo Today,
So just like a
which functions like a daily
marketing
calendar.
news app.
In the app, you can view different Nintendo events.
The animations
We
look
will
very
also be
cute.
delivering all sorts
Oh,
of
the
content
comics
about
from...
Nintendo games and
they're in little
characters
ads
every day.
in Japan here. They're very cute.
After the Nintendo Direct for Nintendo Switch 2 on April 2nd, news about Nintendo Switch 2 will be delivered to you daily and directly through the Nintendo Today app as well.
Damn.
Nintendo Today will be available to download
That's
on
gonna get a
smart
shitload of
devices later
downloads
today.
for daily Switch 2 news.
Anyone with a Nintendo account can use the app, so please try it out.
Well, I'll download it. I'll have a look. He said later today.
That's all I have to share.
So I assume it's not up
I
now.
hope you enjoy using
So I assume
Nintendo
I
Today.
won't be able to talk about it. Last thing I
That's
need is a
all for
fucking
today's
Nintendo
Nintendo Direct.
marketing app in my pocket.
Thank you for watching.
It's so raw. Like, they literally just announced a marketing app, but whatever. It's whatever. It's whatever. I'm opening their app store. Yeah, it's not up yet. Okay, so first and foremost, I want to say I got lightly blown the fuck out because I was expecting a long rumored remake of a game that, by all accounts, seems like it has been in development. The game in question was a remake of Fire Emblem 4. Is supposedly the next Fire Emblem title for Nintendo Switch, and supposedly it's in a shape good enough to announce, but I guess not yet. I was really expecting that when the Saga remake came up. I was like, oh, Sword, Fantasy Sword, this is it, right? Okay, we're still recording, we're still going. But no, blown the fuck out. So the list of remakes, by the way, I had alluded to this before the Direct. It's a Fire Emblem 4 remake. Kirby Planet Robobot port update, whatever, from 3DS. And then the other 4 are ones that were kind of known quantities for longer periods that still haven't appeared. So Twilight Princess and Wind Waker HD, Metroid Prime 2 and Metroid Prime 3 HD, which are not meant to be remakes like the Prime remake was. Those ones are going to be more straight HD ports. For those ones, they might still be hanging on to them until Metroid Prime 4 is a little more ready for prime time, you know. So I think that makes sense, honestly. Now, though, we're going to flip over to the Japanese page. And we're going to see, because there's almost always just something else in Japan. And sometimes it happens for us as well, where we get a little something else that they don't. For example, it's possible they wouldn't have gotten an announcement for High on Life. It's possible. Let's see. So they got a Kunio-kun collection coming. No, not specifically. Technos the World, Kunio-kun, and Arcade Collection. So just a bunch of old Technos games. Yeah, man. Never ever. My wife is going to buy this when it comes out, and she's going to fucking try. She's going to try. Her and I are pretty beans at reading kanji, but she's going to give it a real fucking go and see if she can pull this off. She's asleep now, so she probably can't hear any of this, but I don't think she's going to be able to get any of the good endings, but I hope she will try very hard. But I've been getting better at reading Japanese. So yo yoku omoidashita ne. Yeah. I can read. Not going to tell you what it means. Capcom Fighting Collection 2. This was announced. I'm really like keen to just have access to rival schools. That'll be nice. That's like the game that interests me the most. Fantasy Life. Oh yeah, the Gundam Seed Battle Destiny Remastered. Right. Earlier I was this was announced a little while ago. Earlier I was questioning whether that Hot Shots Golf game was a remake of the Vita one. I think it might be. This is absolutely a remake of a Vita game, or an update of a Vita game. So the children still yearn for Vita games is how it's going. Yeah, Memories of Salsetta. Also a Vita game. The children yearn for Vita games. And then Onimusha 2. Yeah, okay. So maybe they didn't announce anything Japan only. Gradius Origins, Shadow Labyrinth, Patapon 1, 2. Yeah, it fucks me up. Like, Patapon 1, 2. So Patapon 1 is orange in all regions. Patapon 2 box art. Patapon 2. Look at this. Look at this difference here. This always fucks me up. In North America, Patapon 2 is purple. I don't know why. Rest of the world, Europe, Japan, that's what rest of the world means, is green. I don't fully know which one I prefer, but I have to admit, seeing the orange and green here does make it look a little fresher to my eyes than the orange and purple that I would have expected. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, that looked really good. Whoa, look at this key art for Raidou there. Look at the thumbnail there. I can't zoom that in. You're just gonna have to look at that thumbnail, but holy fuck, what an image. What a fucking picture that is. That's a wallpaper right there. Project Cold. Okay, hang on. We do got some down here. We got a new Super Robot Wars. We got a little lineup of games. Pokemon Z to A. Okay. Project Cold Case Mirage. Okay, who's making this? CQ. The main character's computer suddenly woke up and there's this mysterious boy on it. Bandai Namco Entertainment. Okay, but whomst? Project Cold Case Mirage, Bandai Namco. It just says Bandai Namco Entertainment. Oh, neat. Do you actually get to type? That'd be cool. Oh, that'd be cool. Oh man, is this just gonna be like a straight up like PC investigation kind of thing? It sure looks like it. Human emulator. Oh, to emulate a person. Oh, this looks neat. This looks cool. Oh, I hope this comes out in English. This seems interesting. Game Boba, blue screen, your Switch. Characters look so expressive. Project Cold, Case Mirage. Oh, it's like out today, 3,000 yen. Damn. eShop. Let's see. Oh, hey. Did this, like, exist? Yeah, Project Cold Alter Carnival. So this, like, existed. Look, there's, like, updates from, like, 2024 February. So, like, a year. So what is this, an anime and a game? This looks like it's the game. Okay, this seems like a whole thing. Like, this is... Yeah, it says Bandai at the bottom, so it's just Bandai. Okay, this is a whole thing. This is some interesting mixed media thingamabob. Cool, but beyond the scope of what I'm doing here right now, and I'm gonna get a fucking copyright strike if I try to play. Oh, they got Zuto Mayo to do a music video? Boy, I'm gonna watch that after. I'm not gonna play it now because I'll get a copyright strike, but no, I'm gonna get a copyright strike on that too. But that's a whole thing. Okay, so that's a thing. Super Robot Wars Y. I'm not watching this, guys. It's cool that she's in there. Hope she and her wife are doing well. I don't like Super Robot Wars, man. I don't find them very fun at all, honestly. Okay, well, cool. And this is a little lineup of software coming soon. Wow, this looks so cute. Winning Post, Gamble on Horses, baby. Star Overdrive. Oh yeah, this was in the English Direct as well. Yeah, I played a demo. There's a demo for this up on the Switch. It's all right. I think it was like a little slow for my taste. The combat wasn't fun. Some really bad sound design on combat stuff, like when you swing your sword. Sadly, you can't hear it here. But there's a demo on the Switch if you want to just give it a try. It's a cool little open world thing. This game I've heard of as well. It's just some sort of poker battle thing. I don't know where I heard about this. All in Abyss? Anyway. Yeah, Rusty Rabbit. I'm excited for this game, actually. One thing I will say, I think this footage right here and this particular shot is footage of the PC/PS5 version. Because I played the Switch demo through to the end, reinforcing my desire to buy it. And I don't think it looks this good, like his fur and stuff. By the way, the Japanese voice actor for Kazuma Kiryu voices Rusty, which is awesome. You can try to listen to him here. Yeah, you can barely hear him. But this looks higher quality than the Switch version. I don't think this footage is Switch footage. Usually Nintendo does a pretty good job having Switch footage. But unless they've significantly improved how the game looks between the demo and the full game release, which would be awesome, would love to be wrong. I think this might be... Yeah, this looks like Switch footage. A little lower resolution, a little blurrier. But yeah. I'm so pumped for this game. I pre-ordered an English copy. Sadly, the copies releasing in Japan do not have English language on them, so I need to import. Did they just announce that a demo is coming out after the Direct? Because there's a demo on Steam. There's been a demo on Steam for the last few weeks, and people say it's really good, and I've been excited for the eShop demo. Has save transfer. Yeah, this says demos after the Direct, so I'm gonna have to check because I really want to fucking play this game real bad. It looks so good. That's it. Kodaka has joked about how they are staking the fate of their studio on this game. From what I've heard, though, people seem to think this is their best game as 2Q games. So that's the team that's made stuff like Rain Code, Master Detective Archives, post Danganronpa stuff. So I'm very excited by the premise that some people think it's their best title so far, because I already thought Rain Code was all right, but better than that, yes please. Okay, that seems like it was all the stuff announced in the English and the Japanese Direct. Let's hop over to Gematsu real quick, see if we got any. Of course, here we'll get some more platform information as well. Saga Frontier just out. Oh, Sal's got to get on this. He's behind. He does not have all the news up here. Okay, well that's all right. I thought that was pretty good. I was expecting the Fire Emblem 4 remake to be a thing, and that was legitimately something that I was quite keen to see. So I'm a little sad to not see the Fire Emblem 4 remake, but alas. This is really exciting. Very excited for Raidou Kuzunoha. I don't know if they talked about it much because I was talking over this trailer a lot, but it has a really cool like action combat system as well. It's not like a turn-based combat game. Very cool. There's footage here. Yeah, there was footage, totally. Of course. Forgive me for talking over it. Again, love this new logo. How are they gonna present the second one? Raidou 2 remastered? Super curious. And that key art, man, brilliant. Patapon, man, this was an image I did not expect to see today, but I am quite happy about it, honestly. Patapon's awesome. To tell the truth though, and like I kind of feel sheepish saying this, I have finished the Patapon games. I finished both of them on PSP. I finished the first one again on PS4. I played the second one again on PS4, but didn't finish it. And then I picked the second one again up on my Vita like a year ago, and again didn't finish it. And then I played Patapon 3 like halfway through on the PS5 like just the other month. Like, I'm personally kind of good. I've put my hours in, so I'm not sure if I'm going to pick it up necessarily, but if you've never played a Patapon game, I highly recommend. I mean, assuming this is a decent port, which I think there's a solid chance it could be. Assuming it's a good port, highly recommend this. So, super good games. July. Yeah, again, Bandai. So interesting that Bandai seems to have snagged all the PlayStation stuff. I wonder what else. Like, are we going to see Soul Sacrifice? Because really, like, at this point, we got Hot Shots Golf, which appears to be the Vita, or based on the Vita one. I'm making a lot of guesses about that one. We got Patapon 1-2 Replay, which, don't know if it's based on the PS4 port or if it's a new port, but whatever. We got Freedom Wars, the one of the Vita's crown jewels. Are we gonna see Soul Sacrifice at this rate? Like, really? Seems like it could happen. There's other first party ones that are like totally worthwhile as well, like Oreshika 2, Ore no Shikabane o Koete Yuke, which did come out in English, by the way. It was not called that. It was just called Oreshika Tainted Bloodlines in English. But this is like a really kick-ass JRPG. Still Vita exclusive. Look up. Oh, that's a tiny screen. That's a screenshot for ants. Look how pretty this game is. It looks like this. It looks really good, actually. This game is still gorgeous. The shaders and like the screen filters they use to get that kind of like classic Japanese art look. It's sick. Yeah, look at that. Thanks, Kresny. Oh, hey, this guy's cool. I mean, I don't know. I've never met him, but I've been on his WordPress blog before. He writes lots of stuff about the Vita. So if you ever want good Vita opinions, I think his opinions are quite reasonable. Okay, hang on. We got Everybody's Golf right here. Okay, Vita, Everybody's Golf. Let's compare. Let's just see. Let's call them out on their shit. Okay, so there's main character, yellow things, ponytail, which you can customize. This guy with the blue hair and the green and the white thing. I'm just looking for some key bits of imagery to try to remember when I open up the trailer. Okay, this looks like a good screenshot right there. Let's just put them side by side. Yes. Yes, we're gonna open that a little bigger. We're gonna expose Bandai Namco's lies. It was earlier than this. Where is it? That's later than this. Sorry, guys. I promise this is worth it. I promise this is going to be super worth it, and we're all going to see that Bandai Namco is actually re-releasing a Vita game. Even though they're telling us it's an all-new game, it's a Vita game. The children yearn for Vita games. Bandai Namco would be a fool to not. Where the fuck was it? It wasn't after this, was it? Oh my god, it was. It was like right up near the end. What the hell? Okay. Fuck me. Okay, I gotta admit, some stuff looks comparable. The tree assets look quite comparable. Bear in mind, the Vita version runs at a sub-native resolution on the Vita, so it has a bit of a blurry look because it's not running at the full 540p of the Vita. The trees look somewhat comparable, but the grass textures, like the look of the game has definitely been overhauled. Yeah, you know, now that I look at the character's face, Bandai Namco might not be telling lies. Can we not? Okay, it doesn't like zooming in on that image. But there's a face difference there. Is this a real screenshot though, right there? I think there is a face difference regardless, but there's a difference there. I still suspect this is based on the Vita version. Using it as a base, perhaps? Oh man, yeah, it's true. There's a Gravity Rush costume. The reason I suspect it's based on the Vita version is it, like, the assets are quite low quality in a lot of places for a Switch game. You know what I mean? Obviously, we see a lot of Switch games that don't look, like, absolutely brilliant, right? But, like, really, like, a developer in this day and age using a terrain tool and you're getting terrain that looks like this, you know, like this looks like a Vita game. I say this as an expert on Vita games. This looks like a Vita game. Like, I mean, I do think I have to admit they've clearly done a lot of work to mask it, if it is based on the Vita game. But I don't know. I suspect this one's not 1,000,000% built from the ground up. Because again, a lot of the assets are just, like, rather low quality. But I think I have to hold the L on this one. It does look better than the Vita game I remember. But then you look at his sheep and it's like, that looks like it's from a fucking Vita game, guy. Even like, look, I'm gonna get real fucking specific here. I'm gonna get dangerously specific. Look at like the texture here as the grass goes to the sand. You get this sort of dark shadow insinuating, you know, shade under the grass. I mean, it's portrayed in like exactly the same way in the Vita one. I mean, I guess there's only so many ways to portray this stuff, but I can't help but suspect that they're just working off of the Vita one as a base. But you know, as things tend to be, people tend to see the things they want to see. And I think there's a good chance that I'm just seeing what I want to see. And I'm just so convinced that children still yearn for the Vita. I mean, it's still a pretty new console, right? So why wouldn't they? But yeah, maybe I gotta hold the L on this one. Maybe they're just using a bunch of really low quality trees for the fun of it. I mean, I don't want to go on about that. I mean, I do want to go on about this, but I don't want to go on about this. I'm going to drive you guys crazy. But, like, the grass textures really, like, everything looks, it looks like a Vita game. Not the character models, but, like, anyway, I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I'm fully moving on. We still recording? We're still recording. Oh, didn't like that. Eh. Okay. Let's see. Is that Nintendo app up? I want to see if I can get direct Nintendo marketing in my pocket. Still not live yet. Okay. Probably gonna end up going to bed at this point. Here in Japan time, it's currently midnight, so yeah, it was a good direct. Not top tier or anything like that, but it was good. A lot of good small announcements, honestly. Metroid Prime 4 trailer was nice. Pokemon trailer was nice. New Rhythm Heaven is fucking awesome. Multiple Sony series coming back from the dead is really cool. The Tomodachi, even though I'm not like a huge Tomodachi series guy, I must admit this looked the most compelling of all of them to me. So maybe I will have to check that out. Yeah, but with that, I think I'm gonna wrap up here tonight. If you're thinking to yourself, this was a bit low key, this was a bit underwhelming, remember that in 5 days, 4 days, 5 days, 5 days, Nintendo has another direct where they will be showcasing the Nintendo Switch 2 and presumably a whole slate of their bigger games geared to make you buy a presumably $400 machine. So yeah, I will look forward to that. I hope you guys will too. Again, for anyone who is curious about that, Matt and I will be recording a video comparable to this, and that will be up on one of his channels. Please check us out on social media, on Blue Sky, on Twitter, and you'll find a link somewhere to that. And I'll be doing a deep dive immediately following the event, I believe. That's my plan anyway. Yeah, with that, I think I'm going to leave you guys here. I don't remember how I signed off of streams and stuff in the past. I'd say something, good night, bye-bye, something like that. But I can't quite recall. So I'm just going to leave you with a good night, bye-bye.